All right, I am going to talk about the absolutely horrifying situation involving the actor Alec Baldwin, who accidentally shot someone to death on the set of the film Rust. It's almost an inconceivable headline. Actor Alec Baldwin shot someone to death and injured another person with a gun on the set of a movie. But that's what's happened. And over the weekend, we've gotten, I guess I would like to say, some more clarity, although it's still not exactly clear what happened down to the detail, but we have increasingly a general understanding of it. So let's look at the latest report from the Associated Press. An assistant director unwittingly handed Alec Baldwin a loaded weapon and told him it was safe to use in the moments before the actor fatally shot a cinematographer. Cold gun, the assistant director announced, according to a search warrant filed in a Santa Fe court. Instead, the gun was loaded with live rounds, and when Baldwin pulled the trigger Thursday on the set of a Western, he killed cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. Director Joel Souza, standing behind her, was wounded. The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office obtained the warrant Friday so investigators could document the scene at the ranch outside Santa Fe, where the shooting took place. They sought to examine Baldwin's blood-stained costume for the film Rust, as well as the weapon that was fired, other prop guns, ammunition, and footage that might exist. The gun was one of three that the film's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez, had set on a cart outside the wooden structure where a scene was being acted. Assistant director Dave Halls grabbed the gun from the cart, brought it inside to Baldwin, unaware it was loaded with live rounds. It was unclear how many rounds were fired. Gutierrez removed a shell casing from the gun after the shooting, and she turned the weapon over to police when they arrived. Halls did not immediately return phone and email messages. The AP was unable to contact Gutierrez. Several messages sent to production companies were not immediately returned. The film's script supervisor, Mamie Mitchell, said she was standing next to Hutchins when she was shot. I ran out and called 911 and said, "Bring everybody, send everybody. This woman is gone at the beginning of her career." Mitchell said she and other crew members were attending a private memorial service. Baldwin described the killing as a tragic accident. There are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Halyna Hutchins, a wife, mother, and deeply admired colleague of ours. I'm fully cooperating with the police investigation. My heart is broken for her husband, their son, and all who knew and loved Halyna. No charges immediately filed. I know that the New York Post, for example, which is a Fox, News Corporation / Fox News publication, has been talking about manslaughter charges against Baldwin. If you look at the article, it's sort of like based on what one legal expert theorizes. It's speculative. We just don't know about that at this point in time. The question that's not been answered is, why were there any live rounds on the set? And initially there was the belief that there was a blank, and you can hurt someone with a blank if you're right next to them, that this was a blank and a tragedy, an accident involving a blank. Now we've learned, at least it's being said, it was a live round. And so then the question is, why were there live rounds there? There may be some explanation. But we have not yet gotten an answer. Another article from CNN. Rust director told authorities Alec Baldwin was practicing drawing his gun when the weapon discharged. The shot that killed a cinematographer on a New Mexico film set last week was fired as actor Alec Baldwin was practicing drawing his gun, according to the director who was injured in the shooting. Listen, I know that there are people who, because Alec Baldwin is a left-winger and played Trump on Saturday Night Live, and there's a lot of right-wing people angry. They just hate Alec Baldwin. They are saying Alec Baldwin has committed a crime or is to blame here. Now, you can slice and dice this a lot of different ways. Like, for example, there was one argument that went like, I'm going to give you the argument. This is not my argument. And it was Alec Baldwin is ultimately to blame because even if someone else made a mistake by putting a live round in a gun, even if someone else made a mistake by handing Alec Baldwin a hot gun and saying it's a cold gun, Alec Baldwin shouldn't even have had his finger on the trigger. Like, what if you're on set and you're practicing, you just never put your finger on the trigger, period. So ultimately it's Alec Baldwin's fault. It strikes me as a bit of a stretch. If an investigation reveals Alec Baldwin should be charged with something, I'm not going to get in the way, believe me. But my instinct is, Why was there a live round at all? And if there was, why was Alec Baldwin given a gun, allegedly, and told that it was a cold gun, not a hot gun? That's my initial reaction. Now, in terms of what this does to Alec Baldwin now, psychologically, for the rest of his life, I can't even imagine. I'm not saying he's the victim. I'm not calling him a victim. But if he was given a gun and told this is a cold gun and it has a live round, and then now you've killed someone, it's impossible to even think about. It's impossible to even conceive of. And so there's going to be an investigation. At some point, we will know more. We've already seen in the first few days, could have been a blank. It was an accident with a blank. No, it was a live round. At one point, both stories were out. There's going to be more information coming, and we'll wait and see what that is. But just a horrifying situation and a tragedy, because someone was killed and someone was injured. It would be bad enough if there was just an accident with a gun on a set. This is now beyond that, and it's a tragic accident as life was lost. And I'm curious to hear what folks in the audience think. And for me, Alec Baldwin's politics play no role in my assessment of this whatsoever. Just none whatsoever. Curious to hear from you. One of our sponsors is Atlas VPN. Stop letting big corporations invade your privacy. Atlas VPN makes your IP address anonymous and encrypts your internet traffic, which keeps your info private from big tech companies, from your internet service provider, even from governments. Atlas VPN also keeps you safe from hackers trying to steal your data and financial info, and lets you access your favorite streaming services as if you were in another country, so you can watch shows and movies you wouldn't otherwise be able to. I use Atlas VPN on all of my devices, phone, computer, tablet, anytime I'm connected to the internet. Couldn't be easier to use. You turn it on, it stays on, you keep your information private, and right now, my audience can get Atlas VPN for just $1.39 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You just have to go to atlasv.pn/Pacman. The link is right underneath this video.